I opened up my Bible yesterday, the Old Testament, the bit the Catholic Church and the Pharisees and Sadducees don't want you to read. And it says that God will drive the remaining remnant out. My ancestors were driven out with Moses, the Milesians. We were sent up to Ireland by Moses with the Milesians, the military. But there's another load of Jews that were involved in all the other stuff, and they were driven out for the hurt into the kingdoms of the earth. That's why a lot of Jews were banned. So what happened in World War II was probably the hand of God using the people who are from the Dan tribe to judge the wicked. So they are the Dans, the Danes and all that, the Nordics, and they killed loads of Jews. But they're not Hebrews like my family. These are Jews. These came after us. So they were all whacked in World War II. But there's a lot of them running around the place down the Babylonian Talmud, and they actually have a big place up in Uxbridge, and they run Uxbridge town. And they're into black magic and witchcraft. A lot of people don't know this. You can open the Bible and it'll say, God will say in the words through the prophets, that I will send you out amongst the kingdoms of the earth, the remnant of the Jews from Egypt, for your hurt. Now a certain crew of them in Amsterdam tried to have my family killed off because we were Hebrews. But we're not Jews, we're Hebrews, we're Christian Hebrews. And there's a lot of them running around the place. So you can see now when people are saying, oh, look, the potato genocide happened to us because we became pagan idolaters. That was our own fault. That wasn't the English fault. That was the Irish for listening to the evil Tuatha Dé Danann. And the Jews are the same. They were driven out, and they were gotten, and they were murdered en masse. No, I don't think as many of them was murdered as they say, but I don't know. They were murdered. But God said he was going to murder them in the Old Testament, in the Torah, in their own book. So they can't say that it's anti-Semitic, because the Torah told them that certain sects of Jews will be wiped out by God, and God will use the Dan tribe as a judge. And that's exactly what happened. The Dan tribe, some of the Dan tribe are the Nordics and the Germans. But what happened to my family was when the devourer came up from the abyss, the potato blight, and devoured all the potatoes, we were at the turn into pagan idolatry and worshipping idols up on the rock of Cashel. That's the scum was up there on the rock of Cashel, just built the blood and all that. And now you have the bloody city. So me personally, I'm after having I had a lot of Jews around me all my life, and I never realised because I never learned anything, but now I know. There was Jews around me when my ex worked in Ealing for Jews. My sister works in Ireland for Jews. Who else? Another one works for Jews up the road. And I used to hang around. I had a boy who was a Jew, but as soon as I turned away, I found out there was weird stuff going on with my kids and all that. They all blanked to me. So they all blew me out because I tried to defend my kids from the lies of people calling themselves Jews. But what is a Jew? Is a Jew a Hebrew? I don't know. What is a Jew? Is a Babylonian Talmud Jew the same as a Torah Jew? No, there's different types. You can't just point your finger at a Jew and say, oh, there's a Jew, he's bad. No, you have to know your stuff. My children perish for lack of real knowledge. I don't want anyone else to go through what I went through, because it was horrible, it was evil, traumatizing and very bad stuff. But I'm alright now. Since I went down to I'm alright now. I used to be a gangster, I'm alright now. Shabbat Shalom.